Welcome back, everybody, to the next edition of Ask Shawn a Question series. As a follow-up from the first video we released, we had some more great questions, so I will dive right in. Communication is an important skill in life as well as business, and since we've made it a priority in North America, what are we doing about it? Great question, actually. We set it as a priority, so we took the feedback from the Be Vocal survey last year, and we identified communication as one of the three places that had the most ability for improvement. We then appointed Gigi Dowden to be our first internal director of internal communications. That's a role that we've never had before, and I think that sort of action shows a commitment from the company's point of view that we're serious about improving communications, because we've now staffed a full-time person whose job is to internally communicate. I would say next thing, I've done the listening tour. Again, this is another practical step between, we've had focus groups in every business where we're getting local feedback that's been driven by local leadership as well as support from Gigi, and then me coming and doing a tour to many of the businesses in North America where, again, we're asking these same questions. So I think we've solicited a significant amount of feedback on how we can improve, and we're at the tail end of consolidating all that information as to, okay, what are the additional steps we're going to take as a result of the feedback we received. But I think we've I think shown good practical steps and progress in showing that we mean what we say, that we want to improve communications in the company. We have now identified a set of objectives around sustainability that are now part of compensation for the first time. So in 2024, specific targets around reduction of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, as an example. So we have a North American target of how much we have to reduce in 24. We have other targets as well, but we now have practical targets for leaders in North America that make up part of their variable compensation if we're not achieved. So to me, I think, again, we're doing all the right things to do what we say and say what we do. As most of you know, I'm Canadian, and I started my career in Canada. So I'm a civil engineer by degree, and I moved into the heavy civil construction industry right out of college. I worked for the largest road builder in Canada, Dufferin Construction, and I literally worked 4 years outside in the field, helping build roads, bridges, sewers. Moved into the office and learned how to price and sort of the customer side of that business. So my wife and I moved to the US in 2000 and moved into cement manufacturing, spent another 6 years there. Went back to school, and then, with a couple partners, started a company in the testing and inspection of data centers, primary integration, that ultimately was sold to Bureau Veritas in 2017, which is how I joined the company. And through that whole journey, I would say the biggest single lesson that I've learned is around people. And when you focus on hiring great people, and then you enable those people, through what I would consider a more decentralized structure to, make the right decisions for the company, of course, with the right boundaries and everything else, you oftentimes outperform the market, because you're enabling great people to make great decisions at a faster rate than other people do. I'm very convinced that by focusing on people, it's why we've one of our two wildly important strategic goals is to become a more people-focused organization, because when you get that right and you get great culture, you truly have magic happen, which is something that we've witnessed in that business for many years. My family has a cottage on a lake north of Toronto, a few hours. So my mother's a teacher, so I've spent my entire life, at a cottage on a lake, enjoying the outdoors. And outdoors and nature is something that's very important to me from my upbringing and sort of where I come from. And so I spend as much time outside as I can. Today, my own family, we live in the Washington, D.C. area. So, we do things together in nature, unfortunately, or fortunately, however you look at it. I'm now an empty nester, so my kids have gone off and done other things. But outdoors remains a passion. I also play golf, which I would, sort of dovetails into the outdoor nature. So as much time as I can with the family and with the outdoors.